Lily! I just came back home, and what is this? Why is your side of the house in a complete mess? It's as if a hurricane ripped through and caused havoc. The stairs! I told you to hoover it! We just bought a new Dyson Hoover for you, specifically so that you can keep this house dust-free. Use it! Do you even have any idea how much that thing cost us? And what's all this dust at the entrance? I almost had a coughing fit as soon as I walked through that door. Clean this up! Immediately! Are you trying to kill me here? And just because I don't come to this part of the house much, that doesn't mean you can slack off on the housework, all right? My son deserves to live in a clean and healthy environment. A clean home makes space for a clean mind. And the Andersons live by that. Now, if you've read this message, get to cleaning already. Hi, Janet. It's Mrs. Anderson to you. I told you before. Sorry, Mrs. Anderson. How was it seeing your friends? It was great until I came back to this. I tried to do the cleaning. I honestly did what I could until I had to lie down for a minute. It's really exhausting to do the cleaning, especially the stairs, actually, with me and this big belly. The Dyson works great, but it's probably not designed for pregnant women. You ungrateful cow! We paid that for you! I know, sorry. I wasn't trying to complain. I'll use it. Thank you very much. Good. Now stop making lame excuses for getting out of doing the housework. When I was pregnant with both Greg and Alexandra, I did absolutely everything around the house, with no help whatsoever. So if I can do it, then so can you. It just takes a bit of willpower, and only God knows if you have it in you. Because I certainly don't see any. Now get to it, please. I'm not sitting around all day to stay in this dirty house. No, but really, it's too much strenuous work for me. Lily, just bring the Dyson and carpet roller and I'll be waiting by the stairs. I'll be the judge as for whether you can do this or not. Hurry up, we don't have all day. Mrs. Anderson, you asked me to get some groceries for you a few hours ago. You texted me while you were still seeing your friends. So I'm at the supermarket now and I'm still looking for the items on the list you sent me. I only got here around 5 minutes ago. So I won't be back for another hour or so. Ah, of course. I do remember that now. Well then, what can we do? I'll do my best to get back home ASAP. Good. And get me that tub of vanilla ice cream with the almond bits that I like. Sure. Lily, some news for you. It's regarding my daughter Alexandra. She'll be staying with us for a while as of tomorrow. I want you to clean the house before she comes over, okay? Hi, Mrs. Anderson. That's great that Alexandra will be here. I haven't seen her in a while. How long is she staying for? We don't know yet. She hasn't told me. But she seems to be having a bit of trouble with her husband and his family. So I'll talk to her and see what's that about when she gets here. So in the meantime, just keep the place clean and comfortable for her, all right? Did something happen? I told you I don't know. All I know is that she filed for a divorce because of her awful relationship with her husband and mother-in-law. Apparently, the mother-in-law is quite the obnoxious troublemaker. All right. Well, I can sympathize with Alexandra already. What did you say? Nothing. But a divorce? Gosh, that sounds bad. I know. Isn't it awful? Only 2 years into the marriage, and look at the state we're in already. This is unbelievable. And my poor baby. She must be so upset with that witch of a mother-in-law. Sure. Anyway, I need you to clean her room for her, okay? Right, but her room is in that huge one? Upstairs at the corner on your side of the house, right? Well, yes, of course. That's where it is, isn't it? Honestly, I question your stupidity sometimes. Right. It's just that I haven't been there since she showed me her room, and that was years ago, so... And besides, she has the biggest room out of both of our houses. That's a pretty big room to clean. Then you'd better get started on it right away. But if she hasn't been back for 2 years, then surely there's not much cleaning to do in there, right? Does it really need cleaning? Of course it does. It's been 2 years and no one has gone in there. I don't even want to know how much dust has accumulated there. And you want me, a pregnant person, to clean it. With all of that dust. Just wear a mask, for goodness sake. I'll give you one if you need it. But that's hardly the point. I really can't be doing things like that at this stage. What if I breathe in the dust and choke? What if I run out of breath and faint? What if I trip? Honestly, anything could happen. I'm in my last few weeks of pregnancy, Mrs. Anderson. If you could understand that the stakes are high here, I'd really appreciate it. Jesus almighty. How much more dramatic can you be? Are the pregnancy hormones getting you that much? Oh, I see what this is. Are you trying to get away without cleaning again? No, I'm not trying to do that at all. I told you that when I was pregnant, I did absolutely everything by myself. I did it all the way up until the moment I gave birth. And even after the delivery, I was up and running about taking care of my household. You women in this generation have been spoon-fed too much. You need to learn what hard work is like. Pregnant or not, there are no exceptions to keeping a house in order. But I really can't move much. It takes me forever just to stand up from the couch. I'm so swollen and everything. The couch? Have you been sitting there all day again? Well, I have to. Oh my lord. Why, you... total bimbo! No wonder you were born blonde. I really don't know what pregnancy was like for you. But isn't it a different experience for every single woman out there? Yours might have been the way you say it was. But mine is totally different. I don't think it's right to force your pregnant daughter-in-law to do the things that you may have been capable of doing. And I don't think it's right to disobey your mother-in-law either. Whose son do you think you married, huh? Who do you think allowed you to marry my son? Whose idea was it to live in this duplex? It was me! All me! The least you could do is keep it clean, Lily. I'm sorry, but this is never going to end. There isn't any point to me retaliating. I want to prioritize my baby that's growing inside of me and one that's about to come out in a few days. That's all. And that's it. I'm not going to do anything but take a deep breath and put my feet up for the rest of the day. What? You did not just tell me that you were going to bum around in our house. Lily! Lily, I knew I hadn't seen you all day. You've locked yourself inside your bedroom now, have you? You really think you can spread your wings while Greg is away on his business trip, don't you? Do you think you're the queen or something here? That you're free to do whatever you please, whenever it suits you? Come out of your bedroom, Lily. I said come out! Come out! Don't make me break down that door and force you out of there, Lily. Right. You've had your last chance. You've given me no choice. You'd better fix up the door and get a new lock after this. This is on you! All on you, Lily! Lily! I was nice enough to let that slide, but I will seriously break down that door if you don't come out of that room. Lily! Alexandra is about to arrive, and you'd better have cleaned everything by then. Come out, I'm telling you! Now! You do realize that I've had to cook breakfast and lunch all by myself since you locked yourself in your room all day, right? You better not make me have to cook my own dinner, too! Come out and get moving! For God's sake. Hello? Answer me, you fat, ugly slob! Lily! Right. I'm going out to get some food and drinks for Alexandra and myself. Nothing for you. You don't deserve anything. You'd better be downstairs cleaning by the time I come back. In fact, no. You better have finished everything by the time I come back. She's coming home, and I'm not going to let her see the house in this state of a mess here. Lily! For God's sake! You don't even hear me talking to you through that loud music in your room, do you? You're in so much trouble, young lady. I'm leaving, so you better start cleaning! Lily! Look at the snow out here! Look at it! It's practically a blizzard out here. And I only wore normal shoes for this. I wasn't prepared to walk in the snow with these. I need to watch out not to slip and fall. Oh gosh. My hands are going to be tied once I walk out of the store. Alexandra texted me telling me she was going to get home soon. I told her that her room wasn't ready yet. I mean, how can I lie about it? You didn't clean it up at all! And she was kind enough to tell me not to worry. That she can clean it up herself. She's such an angel. You still haven't done anything, have you? You've been ignoring my messages all day long. I won't stand for this irrational behavior from you much longer, you know. This is going to be my last straw, Lily. For God's sake! Lily! Don't make me say this for the 100th time. Why are you still locked up in your room? Turn off the music! What are you doing in there? Come out already! I see the lights on in there. I'm not stupid. Don't think for a minute that just because I stepped out for a minute that I don't know what's going on here. Are you still ignoring me? Lily, for God's sake! This is the last straw. I've had it with you. There! And that's how to get rid of a useless, ungrateful daughter-in-law. I saw you walk into the garden shed. Now stay there until you're ready to do what I tell you to do. I've got the keys now, so I'm the only one who can let you out of that shed. And don't you try breaking down that door. Unless you're willing to pay for it, of course. If you like staying locked up in your room that much, then being locked up in a shed should make no difference. Stay there and think about what you've done. Text me when you're ready to apologize and get the cleaning and cooking done in here. Gosh, I didn't expect the snow to pile up this much, you know. But oh well, it does make for a beautiful sight, doesn't it, Lily? Anyway, how is the shed treating you, huh? Ready to come out and apologize to me now. I'll be honest with you, Lily. I thought you would have texted me last night begging me to open the door for you. You're being very stubborn, aren't you? What? Hi, Mrs. Anderson. Sorry for my late reply. I've been back at my parents' home since 2 days ago. I totally forgot to check my messages from you. I forgot to unmute you. So sorry. How have you been? What? No! Lily, what did you just tell me? Where are you now? My parents' house, like I said. How come? You're a liar and a stubborn, lazy, useless idiot now, are you? I just saw you in the shed taking your nap or whatever. But I'm at my parents' house, I told you. You've regained your consciousness now, have you? You need to stay there until you apologize. Ever heard of cryotherapy? That's a special type of skin treatment where you go into the extreme cold to rejuvenate your skin. Think of it like that. Mrs. Anderson? This isn't making any sense. If I were left in that shed in this freezing weather, do you think I could be texting you now? Well, why not? Because it's probably like negative 10 degrees in there? So who's in there right now then? I don't know, but I would go and check if I were you. Maybe you can take your husband there, if he's with you? I wouldn't go alone, because by the sounds of it, there might be a dead body in there. A dead... What? No! Stop being so barbaric! Sure, but I go and check ASAP either way. Don't tell me what to do! I was going to go there myself anyway. Okay. Well, please tell me who's in there when you find out. Thanks. Why? Why, Lily? Why the heck did you leave this place and go back to your parents' home? Hi again, Mrs. Anderson. I heard from your husband that it was Alexandra in there. I am so sorry to hear that. I'm so devastated. I thought you were locked up in your room all day today. I banged on the door and no one answered. I was so sure it was you in there. Right. I was texting you all along and you didn't even reply to my messages. You could have told me that it was her in your room earlier. And none of this would have happened. Alexandra told me that she'd be using my room. Well, if you had cleaned her room up before she came, then she would have gone straight to her own room instead. So this is all your fault. Well, if you had talked to her properly, you'd probably know where she was and what she was doing. And besides, she said she wanted to surprise you by getting there early and sneaking up to my room to hide in there for a while. I guess that didn't go as planned. But then why would she end up in the shed when that was meant to be you? I honestly have no idea about that. Maybe she wanted to look for something in the shed? That's really the best idea I can come up with. Oh dear Lord. She needs to wake up. I take her at the hospital now? Yes. She's been sleeping. She had a concussion. She probably hurt herself in the shed, seeing as the light doesn't work in there. Oh, good Lord. Why didn't she tell me that she was coming home earlier? If only she did, then none of this would have happened. Well, I'm just surprised that you didn't notice. Weren't her shoes in the entrance? Or her suitcase? I didn't notice any of that. She probably took her suitcase to your room. She was probably sleeping in there all that time. And her shoes? Well, no. I didn't notice. I thought the shoe area looked normal. Yeah, and also, I heard she's gained a bit of weight. I mean, no offense, but she said so herself to me the other day. She told me that she doesn't mind it, though. Though it has its perks, like her feeling sleepier more often. Maybe that's why she didn't answer you when you were banging on the door. She was too deep in her sleep. Yes, well, she has always been a deep sleeper, but... Oh gosh. I didn't even recognize her in the shed when I walked by. She really looked like you with your baby bump. But it must have just been her getting bigger. Oh gosh. Oh God! And to think it was her lying there all along! I don't know what to say. I feel bad about all of this. And you should! That should have been you in there! Not her! Well, if it were me, you would have killed me and my baby. There's no way that a pregnant woman could have survived more than a few hours in that shed. Especially with that amount of snow outside. Why did it have to be my daughter? Oh God. Why didn't you tell me you were going to leave this house? I did, though. You were watching TV and you responded when I said I was leaving for Bellingham. So I thought you knew. I even got my parents to come and pick me up from the house. They did? Yes. I couldn't possibly go there on my own with this belly. They wanted to say hi to you, but you weren't in the best of moods, so I told them not to. Oh. They really came here? Yes, they rang the doorbell and everything. You must have been really fixed on the TV screen, whatever you were watching. Damn it. It must have been when I was watching The View. You know I don't like to be disturbed while watching that show. Anyway, I'm sorry that you mistook your own daughter for me. It's too bad that you didn't recognize her, but I guess you hadn't seen her in 2 years. I'm also sorry that she's had to end up in hospital, all because you thought you were punishing me by throwing me in the shed. Oh, God. Stop that! I can sense that sarcastic tone in you. Why is this happening to me? And my poor baby. Oh, God. She must be in so much pain. Oh, and I heard that the reason for her divorce wasn't really her mother-in-law who presumably treated her badly. But in fact, I heard it was the opposite. What do you mean? Alexandra was the one who was bullying her own mother-in-law. Apparently, she thought she could boss his mother around and made her do all the chores. She called her names, intentionally cooked bad food for her, etc. And her husband just got sick of it. He was here at the hospital briefly a while ago, so I spoke to him. You spoke to Derek? Yeah, he's a nice guy. Oh, God. To me, it makes sense. Like mother, like daughter. You and Alexandra both like to treat in-laws in the most barbaric ways possible. What? No! I'm only trying to discipline you, and she's probably innocent. Wow. I think someone might be in denial now, too. Shut up! Just shut up! You don't know her like I do. You have no right to speak about the both of us. Well, if you knew your daughter so well, couldn't you have spotted that it was her in the shed and not me? Just shut up, Lily! The apple doesn't fall far from the tree after all. I'm not listening to you blab on anymore. When are you coming back home? Sorry? When are you going to come back here? Oh, I'm not. What? I'm staying put right here until I give birth and a few weeks after that, too. Greg agrees with it, and my parents are more than happy to have me here. No! You have to come back here and make this house spotless! This again? We've been over this many times, Mrs. Anderson. Please just do it yourself for once. I've got to go. No, Lily! Come back here! Who's going to do the housework here? What about my meals? Lily! You useless cow! Shortly after this incident, I gave birth to a wonderful baby girl with the most adorable eyes and drooping, chubby cheeks. Looking into her big eyes and to see her smile and make all of these movements and sounds is nothing but a joy. What happened at the house was really horrible, and I still can't get over it, but this little angel right here, she's totally worth it. I'd be lying if I said that the last few days hadn't been quite stressful for me. But luckily, and finally, the worst is over. Now I'm just so relieved that everything is out of my system. Mrs. Anderson is far away, and I don't have to listen to her never-ending demands anymore. Boy, was it hard carrying something so heavy for the past 9 months. I just can't wait to get back into shape and start a new chapter of my life with my new, growing family. As for Mrs. Anderson, she said she had to make a number of visits to the police station to explain everything and was penalized with a hefty fine. Alexandra is awake, and she seemed to have lost a few pounds from being on an IV drip for a few days. But that should do her some good, at least. And that's it. I'm about to go home and start an amazing life with my new baby. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and see you in the next one.